Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, in a cozy little village, lived a sweet girl known as Little Red Riding Hood. She always wore a bright red cloak her grandmother had made for her. One sunny day, her mother asked her to take a basket of goodies to her grandmother, who lived in a cottage deep in the forest. Remember, stay on the path and don't talk to strangers, her mother said as she handed Little Red Riding Hood the basket. Don't worry, Mama, I'll be careful, Little Red Riding Hood promised. As she walked through the forest, she admired the colorful flowers and listened to the cheerful chirping of the birds. Suddenly, a sly wolf appeared. He greeted Little Red Riding Hood with a friendly smile. "Hello, dear girl. Where are you headed on this fine day?" asked the wolf. "I'm going to my grandmother's house to bring her this basket of goodies," Little Red Riding Hood replied, forgetting her mother's warning. The wolf had a sneaky idea. "How about picking some flowers for your grandmother? They would make her very happy," he suggested. Little Red Riding Hood agreed and wandered off the path to pick some beautiful flowers. Meanwhile, the wolf took a shortcut to grandmother's cottage. He knocked on the door, and when grandmother opened it, he quickly locked her in a closet and dressed in her nightgown. When Little Red Riding Hood arrived, she noticed the door was open and walked inside. "Grandmother, what big ears you have!" she said. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," the wolf replied. "And what big eyes you have!" she said. "All the better to see you with," the wolf said. "Why, grandmother, what big teeth you have!" she exclaimed. "All the better to eat you with," the wolf roared, leaping out of bed. Just then a brave woodcutter who was passing by heard the commotion. He rushed in and chased the wolf away. Grandmother was safe and sound, and Little Red Riding Hood learned a valuable lesson. From then on, she always stayed on the path and never talked to strangers, and they all lived happily ever after.